How's it going, everybody? We are finally back for year number 2 of the Master League here on PES 17. It has been quite a while, and I must say there has been a lot of changes to this side since you last watched the last episode. If you don't know what happened fully, I do have a live stream of it up on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ISUReaper31, where I had 3.5 hours of me going through and selling and buying players to upgrade this squad for the next season. And I must say Eriksen's done a pretty good job with the signings he has. We'll go over those right now and recap for those of you that didn't want to sit through the entire 3.5 hours. So we'll run down the list of players we signed. Salah was a loan player we got from Inter Milan that we were going after right before the season ticked over. He fills a midfield need. We got a pretty good deal on him. Malta Alto, he was our center forward that we sold. McCrory here, he's a Scottish midfielder. Again, a free agent that we were able to snag up with no transfer fee. Saved a little money there. Caligara ended up getting released. He got bought out for nearly $3 million. It was just a deal too good to pass up. And with the additions of midfield depth, he was starting to lose his place, and he was going to be relegated to the bench. We put our third-string keeper, Bruno, on loan. He's going to be loaned for the rest of the year. We're going to give an opportunity to our fourth-string keeper, Daffrey, to get some playing time since he's a youth prospect. Hopefully we can get him to grow and potentially stay. Palva another free agent, the Croatian. He was an absolute steal as we've had so much money built up. We signed him right up. But the big one came next. Zagoni, our leading scorer, and he was voted Player of the Year for Venezia, was released on a $4.6 million transfer fee and with a trade as well of Mario Gonzalez to the Spanish league side. It was a move that Eriksen felt he needed to make to make sure that we got that depth we needed. Mario Gonzalez was a youth prospect that they managed to give to us. This one was a very difficult decision to make, but in order to improve the side, the deal had to go through to free up potential of improving our attack going forward later down the road. We also sold Malia. Di Marino went out on loan. So the replacement for Zagoni was a Napoli winger called Leandro Hino. We got him for a little under 3 million euros. He's going to be, I think, a really good player for us in the future. A lot younger, and he's already a better player market value-wise versus Zagoni ever was. Lazzarini finally was let go after a lot of frustration and not being able to sign a new deal. He's out the door, so now we needed to look for a new number 1 keeper, and we found that in free agent Chomps. I believe he played in the Belgian leagues before that, but he was a free agent, and we picked him up for no transfer fee. He's going to be our new number 1. It is an upgrade at the goalkeeper position as well. Saccarini goes on loan. Marino, we managed to sell. He was our depth center back. He was getting up there. We needed to free up space. And that is up to date what we have. The transfers that have gone through. And we just made a signing before this match. It was announced just hours before kickoff for the match day 1 of year number 2. And that is a new center back. Eriksen splashed the cash and signed Lazio center back Vivaro here. Nearly over $7 million in transfer fees. He's got a huge annual salary budget, but you can see by our salary budget it has increased dramatically. I think we got close to almost $15 million when it was all said and done, and we've not wasted any time improving the squad with that salary budget. He's going to be our best defensive player now, the 24-year-old Slovakian. He won't make his debut in this first match, but he's going to come in and hopefully make a huge impact to our back 3, which really didn't get much improvement over the summer. I think the midfield just took up most of our attention at this time. But those are the deals that were going to happen. We're going to see Varvo here, not in this first match, but in the subsequent matches moving forward. And that's about it for the deals. There's not many deals left on the table. Our third string keeper does have an offer, but I don't think that's going to go through. We did manage to get Amru's signed. We spent all last season trying to get him extended, and he finally agreed to an extension. So he's locked up. So we've got a very good side here going forward. But let's go into the game board first and foremost and get ready for this first match here in year number 2. It's time for rolling the dice. Let's see what we end up with. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 6. Contract extension. Very nice. So we get to offer some contract extensions here. We managed to avoid the dilemma yet again. We went a whole season without hitting dilemma. We'll see if we have better luck. See if we could keep on avoiding it. But right now we get to extend some contracts. Now we're looking at the contract extensions. There really isn't much we could do. We extended quite a few contracts during the July month because we had a lot of offers, a lot of players that were locked up. We wanted to lock up some players for sure. Dolo, we've already re-signed. A lot of these players I'm not looking to re-sign. Oh, yes, we forgot to mention, we did get Endu re-signed from loan. He was on a loan deal, but we managed to get enough money just before the season ran out, and we bought him out of his contract, $4 million there, or euros, I should say. But now we've got to renew his contract right now, so we'll go ahead and put an offer for him. It was just 2, since he's got a team role of a protege, it was the best deal we were going to get for him. Obviously, we had to pay a pretty penny for him, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and see if we can get him locked up long term. We'll go down the list here and see if there's anybody else. I think for the most part, okay, Daffrey, we've been trying to re-sign him. Unfortunately, he's not been really receptive to that, and I really don't have a third keeper option at this time, so I'm not looking to sell him right now. I think we've gotten... Oh, yeah, Mario Gonzalez. This was the youngster we got in the Zagoni trade. So we got him. You can see he's not a really high market value, and really he's going to be a depth bench player at this time. And if we manage to get another center midfielder into this side, he could drop down to the reserves easily. But I wanted to take a chance on him because he looked like somebody that could potentially be growing. And you see his graph isn't going to show a huge improvement, but I think if we get him some playing time, the 22-year-old Spaniard could be a very good asset for us down the road. So we'll go ahead and offer him a contract as well to see if he's willing to stick around. And I believe that is all the contracts I could get signed. Everybody else we've locked up for the long term. So the featured match of this episode is going to start out match day number 1. We're playing Lecce, one of the favorites that just got relegated from Serie A last season to Serie B. They are the favorites to get promoted back up. It's going to be a difficult road matchup to start the season, but here's what the lineup looks like for Eriksen's side. Still in the 3-5-2 formation. Mika gets a start in net. We got Casal, Kranjic, and Madolo, the center backs. Endu and our newest signing, McCrory, are our defensive midfield pairing. Our wide midfielders are Felicoli and Zuccolini. Firenze is the attacking midfielder with Longo and Capello, the center forwards. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Via del Mar here for this matchup between Lecce and Venezia here to start year number 2 of the Venezia Master League. And a few changes to Eriksen's side as we get a tough opposition right out the gate. And Lecce, who are in contention to get promoted back up after falling down last season from the Serie. And we got our work cut out for us here. The side is much improved over the summer. Eriksen spent a lot of money and sold a lot of his players and brought in some better depth in his position. But will it be enough here to start the campaign off with a positive result, get the campaign off to the right foot? Firenze with a hard tackle. Referee's going to call a stoppage of play here, and a minute in, and we've already drawn a foul. Firenze getting a start tonight. He's put him to the book early, and that's going to make things a little bit interesting. As Saponara just came in there hard, went down, Easy contact. Frenze didn't like the call, but he's booked early on here. Out wide, Krajicek has to cover. Cleared away. Turnover. Mistake. Oh, it's opened up nicely for Lecce, and they get a goal. Babacar with the goal, and an early mistake sees Lecce pounce here. It's 1-0 to the home side, and they get their campaign off to a flyer there, and it was a defensive mistake. And Micah could do nothing about it, and that is not the way Eriksson wants to start out here. He spent a lot of time in the offseason getting defensive midfielders, and this was just a simple mistake there as our new midfielder turned it over. And not the way we want to start the campaign. Micah could do nothing about it. He was left in no man's land there. Easy finish. And a rough start for the Lions here to start with number 2. Out wide. Here comes Lecce. Nice ball in. And Micah was out of the net, and it's 2-0 now. As Saponara gets the goal. That was another defensive mistake, and the woes continue for the Lions here to start this season. And it all springs from poor passing out the back. The header was to no one, and look at the space opening up. And just left days there, and we seem to be struggling a little bit here. As Micah was out of the net and just tried to cut off the angle, but he got beaten with the ball. And now we find ourselves down 2-0. Out wide. Here comes Rispoli now. Cross in. Oh, Micah has to make the save, and the rebound's going to go in. It's 3-0 now. And this game has gotten out of hand for Venezia. Diego Ferreras gets the goal, and Lecce are having their way with us here. And they're just at a different level. They're firing out the gates. It's 3-0, and we are on the back foot here. It wasn't poorly defended, but we definitely left too much space there. And really, a second bite of the cherry was all I needed to put that one in. And Micah's having a rough day at net. And just the deflection. He gets his initial touch on it, but it's not enough to clear it out of the danger area. And Eriksson's side need to regroup. Salt. Oh man, wide open here. Oh no! Oh, and almost got another one here. We are getting pulled in all directions here. The space is just opening up here as we're getting caught upfield. Nicely done by Babacar to center that pass up there, and we are having just a tough time at the moment. And the through ball's in. Babacar loose. It out. Not completely though. Cleared away. Well, the shot from distance and the volley, a vicious one, will go out of play. And Lecce still keeping the pressure on as Venezia are having a tough time just with stopping these crosses coming into the box. And that was a wicked volley as it was dipping and going wide. Felicoli. To spring into. Capello can't find it. Oh, Pavoletti now. He's got space to open up. Can he take the shot from distance? It takes a deflection, and the keeper has to knock it away. And then one of our newest midfield signings gets an opportunity to put the ball in net. A good pressure there forces us to take the shot, and the defender got his head to it, but it almost careened into the top corner, but the keeper makes a brilliant save. There we go. Looking for the 1-2. Here comes Palaversa now. Can he get the goal? Deflected, and it's going to go out. Palaversa coming off the bench. He's starting to give us a little explosion there offensively. Nice little through ball finds him. And our new number 8 lets it rip, but defense went solid for Lecce tonight. And there's the final whistle. A disappointing start to the campaign for Eriksson's side. We lose 3-0 against the newest member of Serie B, Lecce. And they make a statement here in the opening to start this campaign. All right, well, tough day at the office to start this campaign. Across the board, offensively, we just didn't seem to have much spark. You can see Longo at a 5, Capella at a 5.5. McCrory, one of our newest midfielders, made some mistakes there. I think Eric's is still trying to figure out what works best for the side a little bit as we're moving forward in the campaign. But second half started to get a little better. You know, we got a youngster, Mario Gonzalez, we just picked up an opportunity to play. He did really well. Paulo Versa came on, and immediately our offense started clicking a little bit better. But our forwards are definitely a little bit lacking, and that could be the presence of Zagoni no longer with the side. But you know, their forwards, they're attacking their attackers were just very clinical, and we seem to be struggling here to keep up with the pace. So not the way to start, but that's the way it's going to be. We'll take the loss and learn from this one. For the second match, time to roll the dice on the game board. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 2. Get a game plan change. So now we have to change our offensive style. Ooh, that means we're going to change from a counterattack to possession team. It's going to force us to change our formation. So little power video editing here, and we'll be right back to show you what the changes were. Here's a look at the new formation that Eriksson will have to implement moving forward. We've gone from a 3-5-2 to a 4-3-1-2. Not much changes to the starters other than just we're going with a back 4, which is a little more comfortable with, but we've been playing with a back 3 so long. I wonder how the team is going to react going forward. Match day 2 in the books, and the highlights show that we lost 1-0 to Ascoli. It was a very tight affair. They did outshoot us 2-1 on shots, but Trotta there, the captain, hits a wicked shot on that right foot as Daffrey, our young keeper, was caught out there, hugging the post there. As you can see on the replay, just disappointing result all around for us as we failed to score in our second straight match in a row. And the table looks like this. We've got a tough start to the campaign against 2 really tough opposition, although we were favored coming into the Ascoli match. We're down at the bottom right now. We've given up the most goals once again, and so far Eriksson's changes don't seem to be taking hold just yet. Final dice roll of this episode will go like this. 3, 2, 1, go. It's a 3. We get a manager's luck. And it tells us to add a scout instruction. We've already got full instructions, so no change there. We got a goal in the 43rd minute in an evenly contested match. Longo finding the space thanks to Zuccolini and buries it home. Nice finish there to the near post. But Empoli struck right back in the 45 minutes plus 2 minutes of added time. Get an equalizer off a nice little 1-2 pass. And the space opened up and he buries it home. And then Empoli were looking like they were going to get a second goal, but then off the bench because Monticello, first goal there, 72nd minute, buries home a very nice rebound there as Amru opened up the space. The keeper makes a good save, but he finished it. And then he follows it up 2 minutes later in the 74th minute. Great effort from Longo, going down to the touchline, makes a turn, finds the pass. Monticello making the run, buries it home past the keeper. And the table looks like this. We're up to 15th now. We're out of the bottom half. We're still looking very shaky defensively. Our record of being one of the worst defensive teams is definitely shown through, but there are some positives. We finally got some goal scoring coming our way. We've been shut out the first 2 matches on the road. We just needed to get home to rebound and regroup. It's finally time to wrap up this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed these 3 matches for the month of August here as we get year number 2 kicked off here. Bit of a struggle, and we've got the little curveball thrown in of having to do a formation change, which really threw Eriksson's plans a wrench into them. But the good news is we finally did get a win at home, so the Penzo's still a fortress for us. We just needed to get back home after a rough couple of matches against some really tough opponents on the road. But once again, I'd like to thank you so much for watching the video. When we pick up next episode, we will do the end of the deadline day real quick before the next set of matches. And we'll go through and maybe make a couple more signings. There's a couple pieces we can move around here to strengthen our side moving forward. But stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you guys next time.